5.
5:59, I'd like to call this meeting in order. Any public comment on items under the jurisdiction of the board and not on the agenda?
Good evening. I'm Dawn Reynolds from Winston, and I think a lot of people here know I have a background in solid waste, and I've offered probably unrequested information in the past that I like to think was helpful in the long run. But I watched the meeting last week, and I felt compelled to come here to comment on the possible purchase of WasteWorks. I've worked with WasteWorks for 12 years, so I know a lot about it. And it is a weight tracking, accounts receivable software that interacts with a scale. So I feel like for this county, it would be kind of useless unless there's plans on getting scales everywhere or funneling everyone through a scale location. It does track transactions, and it totals up by the month if you run the report, with those parameters, but a spreadsheet can do that too. And you have to load all the data to operate WasteWorks to create a ticket. It's a very rigid system, and you have to have customers, materials, fees. Everything has to be preloaded, and it's very precise. A lot of younger people I've trained on it don't like it because it's more like a DOS operating system. You can't just start typing and everyone's spoiled. They think you should be able to type and things will fill in, and it doesn't work like that. It's just a very rigid, skilled system, and it's, I think, geared to large operations. The city of Helena, where I've worked and am a temp again, it runs like 500 to 1,000 people through the facility a day, and to me, it just doesn't make sense to think about WasteWorks. What else did I have? I have notes because I really hate commenting, but I just felt that strongly about this. And I do understand it would be great to know exactly how much is being disposed of and by whom, but you would have to track the permits and actually have helpers that want to know, track things. And we have 3,200 users, I think you've said, about 3,200, paying into our solid waste district. Lewis and Clark County, and they partner with the city of Helena, they have combined users of 24,000 paying into their district. So to break it down, they have like 3.5 million coming in. I don't know. And that includes, so Lewis and Clark Counties, the Scratch Gravel District has 14,906 people, users. They pay $98 in assessment. So, we're in different ball games. And I've done research papers in the past about all the solid waste, the local government solid waste. Private people don't usually talk to you. And a lot of them, it's like this. So I'm going to go back to my notes because I am rambling. There are many smaller counties operating in ways that aren't ideal, and they too would probably want to know more specifics, but they are meeting their customers' needs and their budgets without having to spread their wings and become like these bigger counties. And they're just, to me, I love WasteWorks. I really enjoy working with it, and it's very efficient when you're moving a lot of people. And I've also worked somewhere that moves maybe 100 people a day, and they use a totally different software, and you have to build your ticket as you go along. And even that, without someone actually, like Jefferson County, they go out and measure your waste. So you would have something to enter. You would need someone to enter information. You would need someone to, there's just so many different things to it. So I don't know if it was a casual comment about getting software, but to me, it was enough to get me here to share my experience with WasteWorks with you, to at least give you my input. And if you ever do want to talk about it, I know a lot about it. And the other question that it raised in my mind, if there are plans to buy scales for everywhere, which is, then it would be efficient if people were trained on using it. I think we, as the users paying into this fund, should be aware of that. I also think that we should kind of just stay the way we are. You know, you're getting, I heard in the last meeting that I watched, that we might have a surplus, and I would encourage the department to be consistent, gain public trust before throwing out new ideas and forging into these unknown waters. One other thing I wanted to mention, not about Wasteworks, I thought it was very great to go to Tri-County and find out who they were, customers, and make sure they're on the assessment. I'm wondering if we've done that with the city of Townsend, because they get garbage bills too. So if they are maybe comparing their garbage customers with your assessments. So anyway, that's why I'm here. I just, from working with Wasteworks, I see no use for it here. And the one other thing is, it doesn't draw its data from any database. So, you know, you can't like go, oh, the DOR database, let's load that into Wasteworks. It doesn't work like that at all.
Yep.
It's a standalone software. And there's quite costly to keep people to maintain it. And,
Question.
you know, yes.
So you're basically saying, if we was to have something like that, you need a scale at every place, and you need somebody to plug it into the computer, isn't that what you're saying?
Well, it would need to, it interacts with the computer, yeah. A computer with the scale, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to have a person in each.
Oh, yeah, oh, definitely, yes. And you need to have a rather, I'm not saying a skilled person, but, you know,
Somebody knows how to run a
their
computer.
mistakes are very easy to make and they're very costly.
Yeah.
And even with,
Do you know
So-
how much that software program costs?
I do not, and I think it's dependent on wherever you go. I did print out an overview. I can leave it with you guys if you want to look at it. But it doesn't, this is just from their help menu.
Oh, I see.
So I looked it online. I know that the city pays someone to be on call because when problems arise and but, you know, they have a huge customer base going through there. But if a problem arises, you need to solve that immediately.
Yep.
But you're
So,
basically saying, no, you don't think
oh, I think it doesn't make any sense.
one will work here.
No, and I do think there's other, you know, like, we've looked at other counties, and I don't know if you've seen my research paper, I'd be happy to send it to anyone, but so many little counties just estimate, they're not happy with that, but they know that that's what their funds allow. As a taxpayer here, I would hate you to keep raising rates just to achieve this level of knowledge. For what purpose? You know, so we know. I'd rather see it kept more, and that's from someone coming who's worked in, you know, a very high volume place. But anyway, our guy in Winston's very nice. I'm happy with this new guy, and I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Dawn Mills. I said D-A-W-N, but I don't know.
Approval of minutes? Everybody-
I'll move to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Discussion decision on board vacancies and letters of interest.
So I have two letters here that I can read. So first off is Kith Meyer. He was on a one-year term when we redid the board, and so he is up, his seat is up. So his letter says, please accept my request to remain on the solid waste board. Thank you, Kith. And then we have a second one from Kathy Brecky. My name is Kathy Brecky. I am interested in the opening on the solid waste board. Sorry, I gotta get my glasses. I am retired, and I feel I could bring the time and experience that may be useful to this board. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Management, and I worked in finance, which included grant compliance and human resources for the university system for approximately 30 years. I am very familiar with governmental accounting and processes. After retiring from the university, I was the clerk for our local fire district, Gallatin Gateway Rural Fire, for about 5 years. I worked with the county treasurer and the board for all aspects of funding for the fire hall. I also calculated the retirement fund and workman's comp for the volunteers. I served on the Gallatin Fairgrounds Foundation Board for 6 years as chair for that time. My husband and I have owned property in Broward County for about 10 years, and my husband's family business, Montana Motor Supply, was in Townsend for many years. We feel very fortunate to live here and hope to be of service and help in any way we can. Thank you for consideration of my interest in the solid waste board. Kathy Breck.
And there, we need to do a decision on that,
You would do like you did last time, you would make a recommendation. There'd be a motion in a second on who you would like to recommend to the commission, and then it goes to the commission meeting, and that will be in January.
Whose position is she taking?
It would, well, there's two, Kip or Kathy, and it's Kip's seat is up, and he asked to be.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would like to recommend that we, oh,
Mr.
sure,
Chair?
sorry.
No.
Not the public comment.
oh,
Okay, well,
Sorry.
okay. Can you do public comment right away, so I can?
So can I go ahead?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I would like to recommend that we keep Christopher on the board, given his experience and time on the board. Plus, he's the chairman. But, yeah, just the experience. Being new, I have a lot to learn. So that's my recommendation.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All
No,
opposed?
no,
on.
hold on, before you do that, now you can have public.
Oh,
Ask
Yeah.
for public comment.
yeah, public comment.
Kathy Brecky, I would like to withdraw my letter of interest because I wasn't aware that you were going to re-up. So I'm certainly willing to withdraw my letter of interest. And good luck.
Thank you.
Well then, that fixed that.
No.
All right,
Now you.
all in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
All opposed?
What are we in favor of? If she's withdrawn or?
Well, we had
Still have to
to, we had
finish the-
to do public.
Oh,
Mr. Chairman, point of order. So your job is to reinstate what the motion was so everybody understands the motion that they're voting on.
And you have to go with public after.
No, so you would say that motion's been made and seconded to retain Keith Meyer as on the board, then
Is there any public?
everybody knows what the motion is
Yep.
that you're voting on.
Yep.
Okay? Thank you.
Discussion decision on classifications of assessments.
You haven't completed your vote.
Yeah, not everybody voted, so just restate your
Oh.
motion.
So
Motion for me to remain on the board was put forth and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. TJ, discussion decision on classification of assessments.
So before you guys right now, last couple meetings, we've just kind of had a discussion on what we wanted to do moving forward with the businesses of town. One thing that I noticed when we wrote this that I omitted off of here, and I'm pretty dang sure that we talked about it in this meeting, and it was to have veterans that are 100% disabled have free access. I did leave that off of this, so I don't think a decision could be made on this tonight. We can do it in January, but that is one addition I would like to add on to what we've kind of drawn up now. And when we originally talked about this, I told you guys that this was based off a lot of Park County's model. And of all the research that I've done through this, I feel that theirs is one of the better models around for a county our size to use. As you read down through it, most of it is very simple. Your bars, your restaurants, your things like that would be based off of your bar typically that serves food is going to have 5 assessments. That is currently what we have been in right now. Your rural fire departments, they would not have an assessment. That brings me to a question with B&Bs and wedding venues and stuff like that, that I feel that these wedding venues that have more than 100 people at them, I think they produce an awful lot of garbage. And I know of 3 venues in Broadwater County for sure right now, possibly a 4th. I haven't confirmed that one yet. What they're using right now is they're using the one household assessment. So you're actually missing out on quite a bit of trash money that should be coming into the solid waste department. I'm not out to gouge everybody, but I do feel that people do need to pay their fair share.
Do you have a recommendation?
I recommend what I have placed in front of you right now. I've put a lot of thought and a lot of time into it.
I just wasn't seeing the, oh, there it is.
Number 12.
Yep, there we go.
The wedding venues.
How would that be assessed? In property tax or a secondary?
I think it'd have to be through the property tax.
So that would be, they would pay a property tax personal, but if they're listed as a entity, that would put the additional 6 on there?
The additional specials on there, yeah.
So they would just be getting hit with 6 assessments every year, regardless whether they had any. Maybe they wouldn't have more than, maybe they wouldn't have any. That's not
Yeah,
many.
I think so, because I can't tell you how many weddings maybe they have 1 wedding, maybe they have 10. If they have 10 weddings, they're going to be under-assessed.
Yes.
And maybe that number's too high. That is for you guys to kind of look at and put your thoughts forward. Do you think 6 is too many? Possibly. Where a bar is
But
getting
how are you
assessed.
gonna know? You think they're gonna tell you that?
Most wedding venues are busy from May to October. Pretty much every weekend booked.
So it's kind of the honor system that they're gonna tell you whether they had 99 people
Yeah,
instead of 120 or whatever.
it is. We're putting a lot of faith in the people, the public.
Yeah.
But on that same hand, if it's put out there, I think it's adjustable in their business model.
Definitely.
How many
And-
places in Broadwater County actually would do that large of weddings? How many places do you think we have?
The 3 that we know do those larger
Yeah,
ones.
there's
Yeah.
3 that I know of for sure, and
Yeah.
possibly a 4th.
The Mansion, up on,
Staubach Creek
Starbucks.
and Watson's.
Okay.
And it's not real hard to get to 100 people.
Yeah, you're right. guess that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, 5 or 6, definitely.
I think, honestly, when I originally wrote this, I said 6. Knowing what our bars do with 5, I'm kind of thinking 6 could be a little excessive.
So would the 6 be 6 total plus their personal?
Correct.
Or 6 total, so it'd be 7?
Mm-hmm.
So how about, what if just an individual has a wedding and has a family wedding on a piece of property and has got,
That's not a venue. That wouldn't be a wedding venue.
oh,
A wedding venue would be the mansion, Hefner's barn,
okay,
Watson's facility.
okay.
There's supposed to be another one, but I'm not positive where it's at. What's that?
I know where it is.
Okay,
I know the people that own it.
okay.
So in the case of some private individual having a 200 people at a wedding,
That's on you to
they're
clean
gonna
up the
have to
garbage.
haul their own
They're gonna have to haul their
in
own garbage
anyhow and
anyway.
get charged one way or the other.
Mhm. If they take it to the transfer station, it looks like household garbage, it probably wouldn't be charged as such,
Yeah.
unless they basically tattled on themselves. But I don't think one venue or one wedding in your backyard is gonna constitute raising an assessment.
Gotcha, okay.
It's basically, this whole thing is basically set up to balance the highs and lows.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable to me. Do we need to make a motion on something like that?
You can do that, or you can table it till Eric's here if he wants to be involved in this. I know last time we talked about it, that it was pretty much unfavorable, even at the working meeting. Everybody felt pretty confident in what we placed forward.
The only one I think I remember was that number 3 was distinguishing it.
That's probably Eric.
That would probably be,
Eric,
Yep, here.
can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Are you watching or paying attention? We're on the assessment fee schedule.
I'm not watching, I'm just listening.
Okay, okay. Did you have any comments to put forth in it?
Nope, I'm gonna bring you up visually here, but, is it just anything different than what we looked at before?
Not really. I just brought up, I thought we had questions on a building serving as both a residence and a business will be charged X amount. I thought we brought up the distinguishability of, a residence in city limits of Townsend's not supposed to be having business advertising on it, so, but if it is advertised, it would be considered a business, so.
Okay, yeah.
so on number 3, Kif, are you thinking that's, should be 2? One for the business and one for the,
Yeah, I think
For
there
the
was some
house.
discussion on that
I think you're right.
I
with,
think we did decide that.
because of the fact that they're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to have any signage on your house, but if it is there, it's obviously getting by and it is considered a business, so I think they should be assessed as such.
So do you want to go through these line by line? Are you guys good with 1 and 2 being that?
Yep.
I'm good with it all.
Okay. Are you guys good with the bar and restaurant being a minimum of 6?
Yep.
Currently, right now, they pay 5.
Yep.
I guess the only ones I had a question mark on was the commercial campgrounds and facilities charged on assessment for five spaces.
Yeah, and we can discuss that.
And then I
What are
think-
your thoughts on that, Patrick?
Well, Well, I think,
Which one was that, Patrick?
Number 8.
Number 8.
Oh,
I mean, you like the campground over here, of course, that's the government, is that charged, the Indian Creek?
I don't think that's charged.
No, okay.
If it is, it hasn't
We're
come
talking
across our
private-
desk.
Private campgrounds, right?
Yeah, well, there is no private campgrounds really. The silos is owned by the Department of BLM, no, BOR, is owned by BOR. That's the ones that I'm looking at, that, White's, Goose Bay.
I see.
yeah, because those dumpsters go to the transfer station right now.
They do.
What
Yep.
about KOA over there?
KOA has their own setup.
Oh, do
Hey,
they?
Eric,
Okay.
mute your phone.
Hey, Eric,
Yeah.
we're getting residual background on your phone.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll, put it on mute here.
Okay.
I guess I'm okay with that. I had a question mark there, and then we had a question mark on the mini storage warehouses, if everybody was okay with the numbers that you had shown.
And that, that very well could be fairly high. It might be a little excessive. The silos area right now, in the last year, I believe there's 5 on that road going in.
Yeah.
And every one of them is a great big one, but the ones that were there originally.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think that's excessive. I
Me
mean,
either.
you get 100 units and people start throwing some stuff away. I mean, you can add up to some serious garbage.
People that don't
It
pay,
should be changed a little
So
bit.
have we seen much garbage
Yeah.
from the,
Yep.
out there? I mean, do we know?
from the storage facilities,
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
They've just basically been open within the last 8 months, I guess, the new ones.
Do they have a dumpster out there that they fill up?
They do not.
So they gotta haul their garbage somewhere anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If anything, TJ, I would agree with Doug that it might actually be a little light for.
So how you gonna know though if there's no dumpster there, they're gonna take it home and throw it in, or they may take it up to the landfill, they may not. If they take it to the landfill, any garbage left in there, then they're gonna get charged up there anyhow, won't they?
No, they wouldn't. How am I going to know how many units is there? Is that what the question was?
No, I'm just, I guess how much garbage
I don't know that.
yeah, so, whether it's 100 or 200 or 300, if there's no garbage can there, how do you know where that garbage is going
Well,
and how much?
that would be off of an assessment onto that property. What they bring up there, it would be on the sheet of businesses who have assessments, is how that would work.
So when they come bring it up to the
Transfer station?
transfer station
It would be on the sheet on the wall.
for their business, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Me, I'd almost cut that first one to 0 to 50, and then
That's
50 to
exactly what I was kind of writing out there.
yep. Because
Well,
50,
51 to 100.
yeah,
So just half of what each one was shown there, essentially?
yeah. I mean, you get 50 people that decide to clean out at one time, or not even at one time through the course of 12 months.
So what
You-
about the other ones then, say 150?
I just think it should go in
The increments of
50.
50.
50,
Yep.
50 unit increments.
Yep.
Just
I
keep
gotcha.
that same profile all the way up.
I see, okay.
So if you did that, would you go to, say, once you hit 400, would you go from 4 or 300, however you wanted to do it, from 3 to 500, X amount and just go that way.
Yep.
You could at that point.
Okay.
I don't know if is there any in town that big?
I think that new one out at the silos that lights up like daylight out there, I think that one's that big. It's pretty darn good size. You know, the original one that is out there, I would say that is probably right around 100. And that would be maybe 25% of those 3 new ones for sure.
You got anything to add, Eric?
No, the only questions that I had, and I don't have the sheet in front of me, was, so you said if they have a business and residence, we're gonna charge the business and all the residences, correct?
The building serving as both a residence and a business will be charged a minimum of 2.
You're not gonna charge per residence or not?
Well, if it's a residence with a business in it, it gets basically a second charge.
Okay, so you're not charging per residential, per apartment or condo or whatever?
No, but if it was to have a business attached to it, yes.
Is he asking about apartment
Okay.
buildings?
He might be.
Are you saying each apartment unit, or are you talking about the business and residence?
You know, I'm talking about if you have a business and then you have several apartments. Are
Oh,
you doing, like if you have 3 apartments and a business, you're not doing each apartment and then the business?
no. So that'd be like you running a flower shop out of your house. So you'd get charged your house assessment plus a flower shop assessment out of your house.
Yeah.
Kiv, can I answer
The only
something?
other question I have, the only other question is, you guys were saying if they put a sign out in front of their business, why are we, you know, if you have the residence plus you have a business, signage or not, wouldn't we charge them one, or we're just charging them one total?
Yeah, no. So they'd get charged 2. The signage just solidifies it. I don't know the legalities of being able to try to charge them 2 assessments without signage, even though you know it's happening.
Yeah, the sign
Yeah, I mean, if they're running a
constitutes.
business out there, I would think that wouldn't be too hard to figure out.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
then, what are we doing about ranches?
I think it's left on the pay scale assessment.
Ag waste is $65 a ton.
Yeah, the ag waste stuff.
That was
They're just gonna charge when they bring it up then.
Yeah.
that was approved this summer.
Yeah. We went through that. Like TJ said, egg waste is $65 a ton.
Okay, yeah, I figured they take most of that stuff out, get it weighed anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my only 3 questions.
Okay.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Eric, TJ.
I got a question for you on here. When you were originally talking, were you talking more about the flower shop and the 3 apartments upstairs? Because if that was the case, the three apartments would be charged. What do you say?
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah, so if theoretically there's a flower shop in town and they had 3 apartments upstairs, we're just charging them a total of 2?
No, you get charged 5. You get the 3 apartments and the 2 business assessments.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yep.
Okay,
Once you purchase that, you will be getting 5.
that's all theoretical, right? If there's-
Theoretically.
Yeah, if there was a flower shop.
Theoretically, if we had a flower shop in town.
And theoretically, if there was 3 apartments up there.
Right, theoretically.
But I think I remember, I think I know what building you're talking about, but I think there was like 6 apartments up there.
Yeah, right. I know there's at least 3 businesses in there.
Yes. What else did you have, TJ?
Nothing.
I think that was it, unless you got anything else, Eric.
No, that's the only questions I have.
Okay.
So one thing that's not on this is our RFPs have come in. And I'm trying to get set up on a Monday, December 16th, to have a working meeting, if we can make it work with a quorum, for the Solid Waste Advisory Board to review and give recommendations. Yes,
Do we decide to table this
till January.
conversation until next? Did you want to?
I think probably it would be tablable just to
It needs to be cleaned
change
up.
those. Yep.
Change the
Yep.
mini storage assessments.
And the number 3 from 3 to 2.
Okay, sorry, TJ.
And then I put the addition of 100% disabled veterans to receive a solid waste decal at no charge.
I think that's a great idea, TJ.
Thank you. I come up with them from time to time. I don't think that our veterans are taken care of the way they
What
need to be.
No.
What percentage of disability is that required?
100%.
No.
You don't qualify. When I did it with veterans. Unless the board, they come up with, if they would like to add anything to this list, this is the time to do it. So we can clean it up and have it all ready for the January meeting.
Monday, what time is available?
The morning is open, I believe, in this room. The afternoon, the commissioners actually have it in the afternoon. I would like to be able to do it as early as possible, as long as it would work with the board. So you guys kind of need to discuss what would work for you guys.
You say as early as possible, like the time you talk about.
Well, I go to work at 5. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to do it at 5.
I don't want to be there at 5, so please don't.
That's Monday morning.
Correct.
So 8 to noon is available.
I'm good anytime, whatever works for you guys.
Me too.
The earlier better for me.
Early's better for you?
Yeah,
I could make 7 or 8 work.
so 8.
8 works.
8
Is
work?
that all right with you? Sam, Don?
Yeah, I'll make that work.
Mr. Will you put that on the calendar, please?
Yeah, and I'll send out an email reminder tomorrow.
Eric, are you flying?
Decide on 8 o'clock Monday morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you flying that day, Eric?
No, I'll be on the ground.
Where at, though?
Santo Domingo. I'm gonna call in poolside.
Yeah, you lucky fella. Is that just a layover?
Yeah. I see shoot you a picture of the pool.
I bet you will. I bet you will. All right, yeah, I guess we can table that until, changes. And you got anything else, Eric?
No, nothing from me.
Okay, next meeting, January 9th at 6 PM. And I think that is it.
I won't be here.
You won't be here?
He'll send us a picture from poolside.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I
You
will,
want my toes in the picture or no toes?
no toes,
Depends on if you had a pedicure or not.
no toes.
So before you adjourn, I'm just going to make just a real quick statement that I should have done this at the beginning, but your public works or your solid waste hook truck arrived today. I have not laid eyes on it except when it was on the truck driving down the road. So your new hook truck is here.
Great.
We'll be up and operational after we have a meeting with the site or the drivers to discuss how this truck will be taken care of.
Operational awareness.
Operational awareness for sure. It was a long process getting that truck, and I'm very thankful that we have it, so we can move forward now.
The guys like it? Have they seen it?
I don't know. I was gone by 11 o'clock today. It showed up about noon.
That's great
That-
news.
That is all I have for you.
All right, meeting adjourned.